Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. How are you? Hoping all you guys are doing good. Afternoon in other parts of the world, evening in other parts of the world, night in other parts of the world, and morning in some parts of the world. But any of the time or an hour, my warmly and gentle regards to you all, guys. I am still on the issue of the rearrest of Mazi nnamdi Kanu, the commander of the ESN, the leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, popularly known as Southeast parts of Nigeria, which is as a geopolitical zone. And in some instances, the Biafran agitators for self-determination, they consider the entire South-South and Southeast as the region to which they were looking for self-determination to become an independent sovereign state of Biafra. While it is not the issue of the place and environment being a Biafra or not, personally, to my candid opinion, it is not contrary to my view, neither it is contrary to the right of those particular persons agitating for self-determination of their independent state. But in every scenario or case, if a person engages into any movement of that nature, it is expected of him to engage it in a very diplomatic way. But there are problems from the angle of Mazi Kanu, and there are problems from the angle of the state. The state has her own problems. And the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra equally has his own problems. But if we can sit down, analyze, and see things carefully and observe them from the angle of knowledge wise, we minus the sentiment. We think as humans. Let us not think as people living in a different region to be treated based on either ethnicity, based on religion, or whatsoever. We have to hear the complaint of the Southeasterners. And likewise, we have to hear the response of the federal government. And we have to see the engagement to which the state leader of the IPOP and the commander of the ESN, Eastern Security Network, that's the meaning of the ESN, was engaged into. But this is not the bigger issue I want to talk about. I want to talk about his rearrest. This is an issue of the other day because it's a topic on its own independent. It needs an in-depth history and analysis to come to a conclusion to who is wrong or who is right. Definitely one of the two must be wrong. Or one of the two on the process of looking for a right might be wrong. There might definitely be one of them is not moving towards a right direction It might be Nnamdi Kanu and it might be the federal government of Nigeria. Multi-number of persons were deceived, believing that because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is having a dual citizenship, he's a citizen of UK and likewise a citizen of Nigeria, that will prevent Nigeria from arresting him because of the immunity of the UK. If we deeply understand the international politics and the politics of a white man, as an African or as Africans, there are multi-number of things we have to reconsider in whatsoever we are doing. It is not all whites are bad. There are good whites, very nice ones. And there are ones that can sell you at the interest of the bigger thing they are looking for somewhere else where you might be a wanted person there, be it you are right or you are wrong. It depends on the beating of the drum that matches the dancing of that particular country in question. For whosoever knows much about UK or England, he knows that he who owns the passport of the UK, the passport of UK is 24-hour tracked. If moving outside UK, is 24-hour tracked. Once a citizen of UK is intent to travel anywhere in the world, from the day you started processing for a visa or from the day you bought a ticket, your details will be sent to that particular destination to which you are intended to travel to for security checks. There is what they do that they call advanced security check or advanced secret checks. This advanced security check or secret check is what will determine whether the particular citizen in question will be immune in case if the problem arises in that particular country or not. If the citizen is not immune, then it is the responsibility of the British to tell the citizen that the very particular region where you are intent to go cannot give you the protection expected of you. Reason why, you are wanted by someone somewhere else. And that person or a nation or government is planning to have no matter how slightest an opportunity is for him to utilize. Sorry. Planning for him to utilize. To utilize in what sense? To perfect the arrest of you. Then what else is expected of a citizen too? Is for UK to formally warn her citizen that don't go to that particular country you are intended to go because that particular country your safety is not guaranteed. Was that exactly what UK told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he was leaving the UK or when he was intent to leave UK? The answer is no. UK did not brief him of that. Had it been he was briefed by the UK, he would have known the implication of coming into an African soil where no matter the connection you have in the continent, Nigeria as a nation will have far more influence and connection than you with that particular country. So the British or the UK has indirectly extradited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and handed him over to Nigeria indirectly because it is a politics that British had played. Because the British want to satisfy the interests of two persons. They want to feel safe with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not sue British for not respecting the protocols and the procedures of extradition for him being the citizen of UK. Secondly, UK has one or the other business doing with Nigeria. So they cannot afford to lose Nigeria for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So they had to sit down, think, and do a great job here to see how can we satisfy Nigeria by giving them Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And likewise, how can we extradite Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu seeing the negative aspect of us that we British have handed him over to Nigeria for prosecution? Whereas the purpose of giving him the citizenship is because of a claimed threat of his life. So if you are handing him over back to Nigeria as if you are endangering the life. So the British has to be smart here in satisfying the needs of Nigeria as a nation, as their colleague, as their friend, as their partner in all businesses. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being the citizen of the UK, so UK has indirectly extradited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. UK has played the role of hypocrisy here. Yes, I can stand firm and say that before any other person in the world, that is the politics they played. They extradited him indirectly, knowing fully he will be in risks coming into an African soil. How will a person fly from UK into any other territory without UK knowing the whereabouts of that particular person? Is that possible? It is not. And it is not. It will never be possible. You cannot be a holder of the British passport and your movement is not known by British. Your movement must 100% be known by them. Your destination must be known by them. Every single inch you took is as if you are moving with the whole of the population of British together with you. So they know your whereabouts. Kenya have made what they can. I can't talk about Kenya because the interest on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Nigeria as a state. Nigeria as a nation to their 100% belief, one, Mazi has flaunted his bail condition. Secondly, Mazi has committed a capital offense, and many more they can mention. This is very normal in any nation that is either trapping you or not trapping you. If you happen to be a victim of a problem, then definitely things of that nature must come up. But the question is, arresting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a development? Yes, to the Nigerian state is a development. But forgotten that they are making Mazi Nnamdi Kanu more popular than he was. More popular than he was. I personally, I always see and believe for those agitating for self-determination, it's a very simple thing. It's not a big deal. It is just like a woman or a lady at the age of 14 that was forcibly given to a man of whom she does not know whether she loves him or not then, because of the influence of either the family or the influence of other persons outside. Her hands in marriage was given to that person. So at the old age, the lady realizes she cannot stay with that particular person given to her as a husband because there is no love existing between the two parties. Can we, as people, blame the lady? We cannot. No matter how long they stay together, we cannot. More especially myself personally, I cannot blame her because there must be a love before any other admittance of excuses. So Nigeria is such a state, a country that was forcefully put into a marriage by force. And we had this marriage for quite a longer time. But the love is not consistent. If the other party is saying that I want a divorce from the very marriage we had dated back 1914, why can't you simply, honorably, in a very diplomatic way, say thank you for the time we have stayed peacefully. Thank you for the support given to me during the time of the stay. Thank you for the family we established together. And thank you for everything. Thank you for comforting me when I needed you the most. And thank you for you telling me today that you can no longer bear staying with me together because the truth is always one. He who diverts from it, then it brings about the conflicts that will result into a violence. We don't pray for war. We don't like war. We don't ask for war. We can't afford to engage into war. If the Biafrans wants to go, fine and good. It's a very good thing. We stay in marriage. Let us divorce peacefully. Let not even go to the court. Why go into the court? Was the marriage conducted in the court? No. Then why divorcing in the court? It was conducted in a political sphere, in a political square in a political assembly, and let the separation be such. Let them call for a referendum. If Odudua wants to go, fine and good. We can still be neighbors. We can be friends. But the way things are going today, if in due time they actualize the dreams, then we shall be neighboring enemies. What have we then achieved in the long run if we become neighboring enemies? I don't think there is any other person that can justify this. Being neighboring enemies is a very dangerous game. But being neighboring friends is the best thing we can ever have. I don't blame a South South or a Southeasterner seeking for an independence. I don't blame for a Southwesterner or Southeasterner seeking for an independent. It's not a bad thing, it's a development. He feels he can be himself, he can build himself. He is ever ready to take all his responsibilities. He feels that injustice is meted on him. He feels he is marginalized. It is his feelings. And you can't take out these feelings from him. It is him that is feeling that, be it he is marginalized or not, be it there is injustice or not. But the only thing to prove that the justice is done is to allow them go. Don't force a person to stay in a relationship he is not interested. We have experienced multi-number of ladies killing their husbands for simple reasons that they were married when they were not in love. And that is equally what is happening today in Nigeria. An Igbo man dying is a minus to Nigeria. A Hausa man dying is a minus to Nigeria. But allowing an Igbo man to peacefully stay in his land as an independent country is a step forward to Nigeria. Allowing a Hausa man to stay peacefully in his country is a plus to Nigeria. We are reducing the very population that even after the independence, that is what we need in establishing the businesses. You can't establish any single business in the world without people. They are your target population. If in the north there is no population, if in the southeast, and the southwest there is no population, then how shall we all together stand as a different independent nations? Let us be fair and just. Let us see things from the reality aspect of them. Don't let's just see things from the point of interest. Interest in most cases is what brought problems. Let me digress a bit. How much was the demand of academic staff union of the universities then when they went on strike? I don't think it's up to 140 billion naira. And how much has Nigeria lost to the NSAS protest? It is in trillions because of the disengaged students that were at home that the NSAS protest managed to use that opportunity and engage the federal government with them, of which the federal government has lost in trillions and the state governments. At the detriment of just paying some few billions to academic staff union of the university to engage youths in the university. You allow the most viable, the most important, the most energetic, the most vibrant population to be doing nothing. And the population has resulted to a very great loss that the country will never forget in her history. And unknowingly, the youths fought a fight that empowers those they were fighting. You destroy infrastructures, you burn buses in the Lagos, you burn buildings in different states of the Federation, around the 36 states in Nigeria. Your complaint is there is corruption, there is injustice, there is brutality in the security cycle, and whatsoever the grievances might be. The trillions lost. Who will the government give the contracts for rehabilitating them? They are giving it back to politicians. Are you enriching them or you are making them poor? By destroying infrastructure in the country, we are making the very people that we acclaim in most instances and time we are fighting. So you are enriching them. How will you engage them politically if it is time for politics? Maybe by then the poverty has capped you from all angles, where a few amount of some money can change the whole of your thinking capacity. A person with 30 billion has put you to an angle you are destroying property worth trillions. What of if he is given the contract he has now worth more than 100 billion? He can push you to do worth more than that. If you are to engage a person whom you believe is either corrupt, either he is aiding and abetting for injustice meted on the majority of the population, or whatsoever kind of illegality you believe that particular person is doing, the first thing you are to is to economically cripple him down. Without the strong economy, he cannot have an operating space to deal you down. But the more you destroy the infrastructure, the more the contracts are awarded, the more he receives his percentage from the very contracts awarded out. You are making him a multi-billionaire, a multi-trillionaire. How will you then engage him? The engagement is not ideological based, it's not objective based. If we are to do things, we have to define them from the beginning to the tail end. Things has to be organized in a way and manner to which even your enemy will respect you if he comes across you, even your enemy. But things are done at time in the manner to which even your lover will hate you, because you are making life to be more unbearable for him just because of your said self-centered activity. The infrastructure did not offend us. It is the people in question that we are to engage, not to engage the infrastructure by destroying them. We keep destroying infrastructure. We are destroying ourselves. We have to be logical in all doing. Our things has to be very objective. We don't just think and go ahead. When these protests, when they were planning these protests, I happened to have good time with multi-number of friends from different parts of the country. We are discussing. I was telling them that was there any authentic research conducted by you guys across the six geopolitical zone over the brutality of the SARS is far more than the importance of the SARS in all the regions? You give us an actual figure. He says no. I said, then why can't you call for reform SARS? Between God and mine, I told him that the disbandment of SARS will result to a problem that all of us will cry. And we are seeing the problem today. We are seeing it. None of us is not part of the problem we are having today. Everyone is feeling it. In almost all angles of the geopolitical zones today in the country, nobody is moving very safe for reason that we said we doesn't want people that will protect us. There is never a country or nation in the world where there is no security brutality. But the best thing we will have does, after having this engagement, to call the federal government to reform the security agencies, re-equip the security agencies, and allow them to operate with cameras as they do in other parts of the world. But we said, no, we can do it in a very illogical way. And we did it in a very illogical way, and we are seeing the consequences of it today. Why must we complain if there are problems? The problems we will have cleared ourselves. I don't think in all instances we are objective based in our engagements, but we have to change the pattern, definitely.